Hey YouTube, Mike here. How we all doing today? I hope we all had a safe and productive week. Alright, this video, today's video, is on something actually I was hemming and hawing for a while. Should I buy one? Shouldn't I buy one? Should I buy one? Shouldn't I buy one? And we had a very large job that I was watching YouTube, of course, and I saw a guy using one of these tools in an application that we do a lot, and that's trench work. We do a lot of digging, whether it's with a shovel, a trenching machine, or a contractor does it with, say, its excavator, even a bobcat. We have to get our gas piping down at least 16 to 18 inches under the ground. And it has to be pretty consistent. And it could be even a little bit more. So let's just say we got to get it in 16 inches or better under the ground. Well, this guy used a laser to project his line and check his trenches. But a job we did the other day, which flipped me out because I said, let me try this thing and I'll explain in a minute. So basically what I ended up buying is Bosch's GRL800-20HV. Okay, it is like the laser chalk line. All right, now I bought it as the entire kit. It comes with this tripod. It comes with the stick, which is 8 feet. It comes with the clamp and the laser pickup. Comes in this hard case. Instruction booklet, registration card. I put extra D batteries and 9 volt for the pickup. D batteries for this, we'll go over in a minute. Comes with, of course, the laser glasses, a ceiling leveler, and actually a ceiling bracket that gets mounted to a girder, a metal stud. You move it up and down, and you can do your ceiling. Now, this stuff, I didn't need it. I mean, I may use it one day, but the model number 800 means that this thing can project 800 feet. Now, will I ever need 800 feet? They make a 400, but the 400 didn't come with the tripod, so I decided it comes in a big, massive box. This, the tripod, all this in cardboard, and I just purchased it. And I think it was $575, but I'll put the model number, I'll put the prices below. So let me just explain to you like what we actually use this for. It's very, you figure, oh, wow, that's a lot of money for what I use it for. But if you understand how many hundreds of feet of trenching I do, it works out real good. So I keep it in the shop, and I will leave it on my truck, especially if we're going to do multiple ones during the week. And basically it self-levels itself. So you don't need to really get the tripod that level. It has, I'll pick the tripod up later, show it to you, but it's got the earth points in it. It even has foot pieces that you can push your foot down to push them into, say, soft soil. It's got a plumb bob hang, so if you have to project this over a starting point with a plumb bob and then laser out, it'll work. It's got a nice metal protective shroud around the laser, 2 handles. This is the unlock port. You unlock this and a drawer comes out with your D batteries, and once all you do is put it in and lock it, it locks in, and then 9 volt goes in the back of that. This will magnetize to metal studs. It's got a nice rubber shroud around it, and the 9 volt batteries go in the back. This can actually be removed from it, and you can actually hold it if you needed to, or put it up on a wall to get a spot. And then it's got center lines that project down the side, but I'll take it off and I'll bring it over to the camera. And then this will go up 8 feet and lock into each other. So there we go. It's 8 feet tall. There's little red buttons in the back that you depress to unlock the pieces. It's got nice tension. So once you unlock it, it actually stays in the position that you want it. And it folds down to a 2 foot 2 inch. So it will fold down to, well, actually it's a little over 2 feet 2 inches. So what would you say? 2 feet 2, 3, 4, about 2 foot 6 inches tall. But you want to start from the bottom because 1 inch, 1 foot, 2 foot. So if you use this, you want to start from the bottom. So you got 2 foot, 3 foot, 4 foot. That's how that works. So you start from the bottom up. I made the mistake of starting from the top down. All right, so turning the unit on. It's a red button right here. You give it 1 shot. The red lights will come on and blink. The green light will blink. Now, what it does is it self-levels itself. Now the laser is spinning. You can push this button to increase or decrease the speed of the laser. This down here is a shock. It will tell you if this thing gets shocked. This here will tell you if your batteries are going dead. And this here, it will give you project a point. So now, let's get this back to its... Okay, 1 shot shuts it off, 1 shot turns it on. It'll go blink, it'll laser. Now, with this, right now the laser is showing at 4 feet, because that's what this is, 4 feet off of with the first legs out. So I'll put my laser on, I'll set up my stick, then I'll put it into the first part of the trench, measuring with a ruler, knowing that, say, it's 18 inches down. And I'll look and see, well, for this scenario, we're going to say we're at 4 feet. And then I keep walking down the trench, and I can see if it's off. Now, it's so funny, because I futz with this thing, and my garage is a 1/4 inch off. Because as I'm getting closer to the camera, hello, I'm at like almost 4 foot 1/4 inch, or maybe between 1/4 and 1/8 inch. So I'll just keep walking down the trench, because remember, this thing will project 800 feet. Now, it's outside, you gotta wear your glasses, and you can see, but it'll project really nice on this. Now, I tried to say, well, why can't I just put this on and not have to wear the glasses? But the trench, you know, it could go down to, say, 19 inches. As long as I know 4 foot, and if it's higher, I know I'm lower. So this is not going to work. But what I used it for the other day was just unbelievable. Which I looked at it and said, maybe I could use it. So this works real. I mean, if you're laying out like posts for, say, a deck. Actually, let me shut this thing off here. You know, you can get the tops of the posts perfect. If you're laying out a ceiling grid, you're laying out a line around for molding, stuff like that. But for me to have this with this amount of trenches that I do, and knowing that I don't need to go around with a ruler, and also with a ruler, you know, you're like this in the trench, and I'm not that young anymore. So I just walk around like this. I look, I look, I look, I look, I look, I look. Now, of course, we make a turn. I have to take the laser, put it back where at that part of the trench, redo it, because a lot of times we have to make a turn. So it is a little bit, but at least I know I got pretty much a consistent trench as long as it's just say 16 or below. So now, the other day, well, let's go, let me show you this thing. This, you can, like I said, you can handhold this if you need to. You can put it up on a wall. It has magnets on the top that will magnetize to a beam. And it has its center line, which actually will project with the laser, and it will give you a red light to go down or a red light to go up, and then a green light in the middle when you're just right. And then there is a little bit of a variation. You can silence this if you want to, and that's your power button. Power button is one quick press on, one quick press off, and give that flash. And then the batteries are the 9-volt battery. Oh, very tight. Is back there. And I'll get a little bit more use out of it. And from here to the center, you're at 45.0 millimeters or 1.772 inches. It tells you. And it also gives you lights in the back, so you could see them from the back. And mounting this, you have 3 indentations and a 1/4 inch screw. And you want to get the 3 indentations, so you want it mounted with that up and this in, and it'll actually fall. You get the thing set with the 1/4 inch screw. Once you get it tight, those 2 dimples will actually fall and make this thing perfectly square. There is a level bulb on here to level it. And then this clamp, you can actually open up big enough. There's another clamp on the top. If you want to clamp it to something else, you can get this big enough to put it on a 2x4. But the story pole here works the best. So I'm going to get it to around the 4-foot mark, because we know that's what this is at. And I'll explain to you what I used this for the other day. And actually, let me make it a little higher, because I'm going to lower it. All right, so now we're going to turn on the laser. Okay, so it went through its quick diagnostics. Okay, now I know we have to go up. And I can't go up anymore, so I'm going to have to... There we go. Now let me go down. All right, see, I still got to go down. I'm going to move the camera in a second. I got to go up a little bit. There we go. So now I got an exact blue. So let me just move this camera here on this side so you can really get a good shot at this. Can we see it? There we go. See, right now it's telling me to go down. Now it's telling me to go back up. There we go, blue. So I'm right there, I'm blue. There we go. So I'm moving this thing around. All right, so now that would give me where the laser so now I am exactly with the laser. Yep, we can see it. Look at that. All right, let's stop this noise. And now, I'll explain to you what I'm using this thing for. Shut the laser off. Pan back. And move the camera back. Okay, what you could use this for, and what I'm using it for, is I set the laser up on the ground, and you can't see me. I set this laser up in a corner, and I'm doing what they call trough drains. You know, those 4, 6, 8-inch wide by, could be 30, 40 feet long. Anywhere from 8 to 30 feet long. And water spills into it. You'll see it in front of like an automotive shop, garage for the oil and water spillage. You see them in parking lots. And you have to get them at a specific height. Normally it's about anywhere from an 1/8 to 1/4 inch below the concrete. So what I do is I set the first piece. And then I take this laser. I set it up in the corner. And I lock it into this position, which is roughly about 4 feet. And then I bring down this until I have this thing at where I get the beep. Now with anything, there we go. With anything, you have a little bit of setup to do. But once it's set up and locked in, you don't need to, that was me. There we go. So now I'm in there. Let me shut it off, because I don't want to listen to this thing. So now I know that this at that floor is the same height. So we're on the floor. So I just moved this onto the trench drain, or the trough drain. I got my beep. And then when they put the next section in, and what we do is we raise and lower it and tighten it onto threaded rod that we drive in the ground. And then we move it up and down. As soon as I get my beep, steady beep, I know that this trough drain is the exact height as that, which is the exact height as the concrete. Down, down, no, not the exact, you know, because like I said, I got to be an 1/8 to 1/4 inch, so I allow for that. And I just keep moving this. And the other day we had to do a 20-foot section and a 10-foot section. And I did not have to string no wood, no metal, no 4-foot level, no 6-foot level. All I did was set the first one, put this on it, got my blue beep, moved it to the next 2-foot section, got my blue beep. When they moved it up and down, locked it in place, went back, checked that, checked that. Didn't have to up and down, sliding the thing, cleaning the level, cleaning dirt. It probably took 2 hours off the installation. And we have 70 feet to do for a restaurant, a big dish pit that they have 70 feet. Also, we have floor drains and what they call floor sinks. Underneath the commercial sink is this 12 by 12 or 16 by 16 plastic or cast iron ceramic coated sink that the sinks and dishwashers, everything get dumped to, and they go to the grease trap. This thing's got to be a specific height off the floor. Floor drains have to be below the floor. Pop this on. Bob's your uncle. Works great. So, I'll put a link in, I'll put the model number and the description below and the price. And with this, and it fits very nicely into the case, a nice shock case, this has a 3/8 thread, not a 1/4 inch thread. It has a 3/8 thread, and that's something nice and heavy that will hold this thing. You see, there's a female end is 3/8. And I'll show you the front of it. So you have the point, you have the power indicator, you have the rotation speed, shock, and battery indicator. And again, the battery just has a drawer. You pull it out, put 2D batteries in, put it in, and lock it. Comes with a very extensive instruction booklet. Again, I'm not going to be using this to its complete potential, but for what I use it for, oh, and also the tripod folds up really nice. It actually folds up and has, I'll show you the end of it in 2 seconds. And it has a Velcro strap that will strap it in. Nice carry. And then there is the earth points. It's also got rubber. It has rubber protectors, but if you can pull them off, and now you have the earth points that will jam in the ground, and then you can just step on these to push them in. That is your plumb bob hanger right there that will give you dead center. And then this is what it folds down to. I just keep these with Velcro straps together. And then this unit here mounts right in here. That's it. That is the laser. All right, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, I'd like to wish everyone out there a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy Holiday. I wanted to get this video in before Christmas, so this is actually Thursday before Christmas Eve. So you all have, I hope Santa Claus or whoever brings you all the gifts you want, and you all be safe out there, and please wish all of your family a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy Holiday. Everything will be in the description below. If you want a Mike Switch Shop sticker, or if you would like to ask a question, my email will be below. And have a great holiday, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.